What is up, everyone? It is Midwest Raider fans coming at you with another video for our channel. We're super excited, not really, to come at you with another loss for the Raiders. And so we're going to go over what's horrible, what's new, what we need to expect for the next game as well against the Rams, even though I have no idea what to expect these days. But we're going to talk about it because we are Raider fans. We are Raider fans for life. We will represent. I wanted to give a shout out to Mitch Renz at Chat Sports. Man, he's hanging in there. Simone Raider's hanging in there. Watts Raider, all the original OGs that I remember watching for the longest time. You guys are all awesome. Appreciate you guys putting out the content. And we're trying to stand by in that reflection and just as we're all Raider Nation. And we're gonna do it too. So, they're tough. They're tough losses. And I've been a fan for many decades now. I don't want to age myself, but I've been a fan for a long time, and so I've been through ups and downs and all arounds. And it's tough. It's getting tough. And especially when you're trying to make content, or like Simone Raider, who was at the game, that would have been tough. He said that he was getting a little riled up. If somebody would have hit him with one of those terrible towels, might have gone down, and I don't blame him. So it's tough, but we did lose 32 to 13 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This was even though that sounds terrible, it was a very winnable game. We made so many mistakes. It was a complete team loss, in my opinion. We differ a little bit on that. So I'm going to let Jimmy go ahead because I got a little bit more points on why we lost this game, and also we're going to definitely get into Getsy as well, also with a little bit of AP. We do have to understand we have suffered a lot of injuries. Our defense is hurting. They've spent a lot. We've only been 6 games in, but they've spent a lot of time on the field as well because our offense cannot sustain drives. Just a whole heap to go into today, so we're going to try to keep it short, but a lot we want to kind of just point out of what the failures are, what the Raiders are right now. So, Jimmy, go ahead. What did you break down the game? Tell me what you think, and we'll just jump in here and there.
Yeah, sounds good. What's up, Raider Nation? We're here. Got to stay positive, right? Still a lot of game left. A lot of game. Things can happen. Hopefully we can, get this ship turned bright and, start collecting wins, man. That's what we all want. I'm going to start off with, I think our biggest issue is play calling. Luke Getsy. I know everybody's been saying that. I don't know if you follow us on TikTok. I was posting yesterday during the game. Put it out there just along with everybody else saying, it's Luke Getsy. He's going to break it down. He rewatched the game today, so he's going to break it down. And I'm telling you, penalties suck. We're roughing the passers. We had 2 of those key plays, key moments. Do I agree with them? No, I don't. I'm a Raiders fan, so probably going to be a little biased there if I was rooting for the Steelers.
Yeah.
It's clearly roughing the passer. Fine, I get it. But we can't live and die by these. Penalties. We live and die. As soon as they talk about snowballing. So we have one thing happen, and then we're done. We're done. We saw it last week in the Raider game. Yes, that was a crucial pick 6 in the end zone. About to go up, I think it was 17-3. And then we just fell apart from there. Why don't we bounce back? Why can't we bounce back?
I think we had a little bit more fight this game because we had 5 things that happened this game. We had a little bit more bounce back, but we still just, nothing helped. But yes, continue, Jimmy. I just want to say 5 bad things that happened this game. But
yeah, so we're just gonna dive in. Running up the middle is not a strength of ours. It hasn't been a strength of ours all season. It's not like we started out running up the middle, gashing people here and there, and we're going to get back to it. It hasn't worked all year long. Again, I'm calling out Getsy when we got that holding call, and then it's 1st and 20. In the first 2 plays, we've run up the middle. How is that trying to get us back in this game?
Yeah.
My question to you, Raider Nation, is what is the definition of a West Coast offense? Because I do not see West Coast off. West Coast offense is throwing the ball down the field, getting chunks at a time, and scoring quickly. Where is that? We started off, our opening drive, went down, did some plays, but then we go to this wide receiver screenplay. I know you all saw it. The blocker was getting blown up. The receiver was right next to him. Why did we not throw that away? Look somewhere else. But no, we still threw it to him, got blown up, hit. He's going to go into the stats here. We ran that play 5 times, and out of 5 times it worked once, maybe, and then that was for maybe 7-8 yards. It wasn't like we were running down the field.
And where we get to too is the play calling, of course, Getsy is just killing us. And it is the responsibility of the coach AP to start singing this. And yeah, we need to move on. We need to let somebody else. We have other coaches on our team that have OC experience, offensive coordinator experience. We need to let them take over. Getsy needs to step down, do something else. I don't care what he does, but it's looking bad. Like, I want to break this down real quick. This is the Lou Getsy offense. I rewatched the game, and I'm literally going to break down exactly our offense. And it's that vanilla that I can break it down like this. And if you watch our other video, we actually talked the key points to win the game. And everything in the game, man, that we are watching are coming true. And they worked in the first quarter. We're like, oh, man, we called that. We hadn't seen any, didn't see any draws. And we saw 2 draws, and they worked. And so we're in the shotgun. We did a draw. That's West Coast. We do draws. We hadn't seen any of those. We saw 2 in the games, and they did work. But then we saw 2 to 3 pitches off to the side. I think maybe one of them worked. We did get a couple yards from a few of those. 2 screens, 5 swing passes, a couple of them that got blown up that should have been thrown away that we should have done, but 12 runs up the middle. 12 runs just straight up the middle. No reason or rhyme. 2 play actions, like I said, the 2 draws. And then we had AOC, when he dropped back, looked for our receivers only 8 times. Like, I'm talking about the wide receivers. And I know everybody's going to say, well, we can't do much with Tucker and Turner and Wilkins. That's bull, guys. We saw that we can win with Tucker and Turner, or DJ and Tucker, in the game that we won against the Browns, because that's all we had. And we won, okay? So we can do it with the receivers, the backup receivers that we have. They have skills, but they have to get looked at to get the ball. And there was only 8 times that AOC looked downfield farther than his tight ends or running backs that were fed the ball 25 times. 25 times, guys, and he only looked downfield 8 times for our receivers. That is ridiculous, and that's not going to work. It was terrible, and maybe that's what AOC was told to do. Say hike, look quick, and just, hammer. If that was the game plan, then 25 times, and I guess he succeeded, but it's not going to work to keep moving our offense because we're not testing them deep at all. And that's what I was giving AOC credit for. I said at the beginning of the game to Jimmy, I'm like, hey, he's known to question him deep a couple times because he has the arm for it. Minshew does not. Minshew does not have the arm to go deep very often. He, in my opinion, would have been better with the offense that they were running, that they should have been running like this before, because I said it in the last video as well, that he has a mid-strength, a mid-tier passing game to go about 15 to 30 yards in that bracket, and that's all we were running was 15 to 30 yards. I think our farthest route was 30 yards.
Yeah, and that was into double coverage. Yeah, so it was a better catch.
Yeah, it was a better catch.
By one of our backup receivers that are not people hanging in there, because we were the better team yesterday. You can't tell me that the Steelers looked that great.
Yeah, and then we also talked about keys to the defense. We got to contain number 2, Fields. And we didn't. We let him go on the outside. We had some bad angles.
The one up the middle was really...
Yeah.
How do we not have a spy? Dual threat. We already played a dual threat quarterback with the Browns.
And I talked about that too. Make Fields throw the ball against us. And guess what? That would have worked because he was throwing trash. He was missing his receivers. The only reason they beat us is because his legs, and he ran around us. He got outside contain, which I said, keep him in the middle. And then we didn't spy, like he said, and they were even able to run it up the middle like 2 times against us, where he got big yards from just running straight up the middle. No linebackers to get him, and yeah. So, like, everything in the keys to the game from 2 people that have no coaching experience, played Madden a few times, but...
I coach myself 5 football teams, so you're right.
All right. But, and we were seeing things in the game that they should be seeing. It's ridiculous, guys. It is ridiculous. If he's getting paid more money than I'm getting paid, and we're seeing it, then there's some problems down there, and they need to take care of Getsy. He needs to be done. I'm not going to, we're talking about the defense too, having some troubles, but Graham's doing okay, but I'm giving him a little leeway because the defense is tired, man. They've been on the field all year. They're beat up. They have a lot of bodies missing. But it was great to have Hobbs back.
Yeah, and Diablo.
And
Diablo
Diablo.
had that big sack, didn't fall for the trickery.
Yeah,
that was nice.
So yeah, it's just tough, guys. But I think those are a lot of our problems. We don't want to keep griping on this, but we just got to talk about.
Cut you off real quick.
Go ahead.
We're going to talk about Luke Getsy again. Why he is the problem? Why is he the problem? Where was he at last year, Raider Nation? Where was he? Oh, was that Chicago? Who was their quarterback there? Oh, was that Justin Fields? So you can't tell me he doesn't know what the game plan is? So if he doesn't know what the game plan is from the offensive coordinator for the Steelers, apologize, don't know his name.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that he doesn't know what he needs to do to stop Fields, to go over and talk to the defensive coordinator, Graham, and be like, hey, this is what he's good at. This is what I know he's going to do. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that. And the play calls 12 times up the middle, and it worked 0 times. 0 times.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, we had talked about that too, but I'm glad you remembered to bring that up. So
yeah, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, we're just letting it all out. But here's the reason. Ultimately, we lost the game, guys. We told you, defense had a little trouble. I'm giving them a little leeway, but the offense, of course, is just trash. Unfortunately, I got to say that. With the play calling, I really think, and a lot of people say the quarterbacks aren't going to be able to do it. I think the quarterback could manage if we had somebody that can, play to what they can do good, and they're not. AOC for this game plan was doing a Minshew game plan, and that's not his game plan. Unfortunately, that's what Getsy was doing. He was doing the same game plan that he would do for Minshew. AOC maybe did it a little bit better, because he's a little bit more accurate. But I think Minshew could have played the same in this game as AOC, in my opinion, guys. It could have happened. It would have been, except Minshew might have been able to, scramble a little bit more for a couple more seconds to look maybe farther downfield. But other than that, they only ran 2 play actions for AOC to get out. The one time AOC did get sacked, I will give him credit on that. I rewatched it, and it kind of looked like a coverage sack. There wasn't much going on, and he got rushed real quick. So I'll give him that. But other than that, I really think Minshew could have played the same game plan, because he did not play for AOC. He just did the same things he was doing in other games. Getsy can play 1 good quarter, and that's it. The rest of the game, we're playing trash time touchdowns in the fourth quarter. We score in the first quarter, and we score in the fourth quarter. We don't do anything in the middle. There's no fight to us. There's no offense produced in the second or third quarter. That's pretty much how we've been playing all season. It's ridiculous. So
why don't we run those plays that are scripted? And that's what they said. If you watch AP's presser, that first quarter is kind of scripted. This is what we're going to do and do this. And yes, I understand that the defense is going to adjust. They're going to. The whole game is about making adjustments, but we don't even try to do a play that worked well for us in the first quarter.
Yeah, they just go away from everything that's working. They go away from it. Yeah,
run up the middle. That's how we're going to win.
So, sorry, went on a tangent again. But the reasons why we did give the Steelers 23 points. Okay, really quick, go through this. We had the roughing the passer in the second quarter. It gave Pittsburgh a touchdown. And like we said, do we agree with some of the calls? But it's what got called. So, blocked punt gave them 3 points. In third quarter, once again, roughing the passer on a 3rd and 18. It was 3rd and 18. If we don't do that, it's 4th down, But we still, roughing the passer, gave them a first down. They scored a touchdown on that drive. Fourth quarter, the
Madison touchdown.
Yeah, the Madison touchdown with the lineman supposedly farther down the line. But you watch the replay, it wasn't even him, and they looked like all aligned together almost. Ridiculous call in my opinion, but that took away the Madison touchdown. Also, then we drive all the way downfield. We are showing still signs of life in the fourth quarter. We give it to Abdullah. He runs a nice run, gets to the goal line. I think it's a touchdown.
I think it's a touchdown.
Because even when his knee is down, the ball's already past the goal line. Should have been challenged. AP does not challenge it. I think that's a bonehead play because we had momentum there. Take the time, get the review, think about what you're going to do on the next play, because doing a shotgun draw on the 1 yard line when you have O'Conley who can easily do a quarterback sneak.
The tush push.
Anything else other than a freaking being shotgun on the 1 yard line, that's ridiculous. Who does that? I mean, that's, oh my God. Horrible play call. We take our time. I guarantee a different call would have been called instead of rushing up there like we did. Maybe we even would have got the touchdown in review. So who knows? But horrible. So then we get no TD there. That pretty much kills it. And then AOC throws a horrible interception later that was completely triple covered. If you look down the field, if he would have waited half a more second, he had 2 receivers open on the other side.
And he had
the
the time to do that too. It wasn't like he
yep.
just threw it because he was
Yep.
getting rushed or
he
whatever.
had the time.
His pocket was
he had,
holding.
He had the time to do it too. So I don't blame. Like I said, I blame the whole team for this loss, unfortunately, because there was just bad play all around, and so it was a complete team loss. Usually we're saying the offense or the play calling and everything. In my opinion, I give the defense a little leeway, but it was a complete. Even special teams didn't play that great this game. So with the block punt, and then we weren't getting very crazy punts like we usually do. Abdullah muffed a punt, but got it back. It was just all around terribleness. And so those are the big losses from this game. Those are the big problems in this game. And, I keep saying every week, how are we going to respond against the next team? Well, I don't know now. I'm as lost as everybody else was. You could see that the Raider Nation was torn apart by this. There are so many Steelers fans in that.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was horrible to watch. I don't blame the Raider Nation for not showing up though, because what we're producing on the field is not fantastic. So I don't.
That's not going to change for us. The only way we're going to have to start winning. Once we start winning and winning, even still, it's going to be tough there. Who doesn't want to go to Vegas?
Exactly.
Go watch a team play.
Destinations. So.
Yeah, it's going to be tough no matter what.
But the only positive that I see, we play the Rams this week, is. That's where all the fans are in LA, so we're going to have a home crowd. I don't care what you say when we play the Rams. So I think we're going to have a lot more Raider fans there. So we actually are going to have a home crowd in LA. So that'll be good for this game. But I don't know how we're going to respond, guys. That's the hardest part. I'm pretty sure AOC is going to start again. I haven't heard anything about that drama.
Yeah, hopefully we don't need a quarterback drama going into this week. We can't be switching back and forth week to week. I'm fine. Again, we've said it. We're going to back whoever that is. It's AOC. That's what they said. So let him in.
I just hope that they come up with a game plan.
They got to have a game plan. We got to have more than one quarter of game plan.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. More than one quarter of game plan. So if Getsy's the play caller, I honestly don't know what's going to happen. So I'll just put that there. I already say it's painful, but he can only produce one quarter of offense and then trash offense at the end of the game. So if we're not scoring in the second and third quarter, this game's done, man. I don't know how. And the Rams aren't that good. They're struggling too. They're struggling too. Jimmy said that they might get their Cooper Kupp back.
Cooper Kupp may be back again. We're still early. Nothing's released. I know they were hoping weeks, this coming week, but
which might give them a little bit of offense. But other than that, I don't really. They're as struggling as the Raiders are. Fortunately, we are not the complete worst team in the NFL. There's a lot of teams that are 1-4. We're 2-4. 2-4. So, I think there's 5 teams worse than we are, but we're very close to being the worst team in the NFL. Which it is what it is. We got to tag it. We got to take it on the chin where we are. That's how we played. That's what we produced on the field. And so, it sucks for the Raider fans. And like I said, everybody. I just gotta say, it is what it is. It's just going to take watching game by game to see what we can do. And maybe, hopefully, we start getting some bodies back from injury, which would help our defense, help contain some of these teams. But we have to get some kind of offense. And Getsy's not going to do it for us, guys. We need an AP to see this.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Again, Getsy's play calling is horrible. But I'm not going to jump back on that bandwagon. We went over that.
Yeah.
Looked up, y'all see it. We match up pretty well with the current 1-4 Rams on paper. Again, I looked at all the stats last week. We matched up really well with the Steelers, So like I said, should have been a close game. It wasn't. This game, I don't know. Obviously, Stafford can throw the ball. He's a good quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback. He can throw the ball. His receivers currently, like I said, both of them, his all-star receivers are out. They're predicting, or they were hoping to get cut back this week. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Running back wise, he's a running back. He's only averaging 72 yards a game, so not phenomenal, not horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still more yards than our guys, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So they don't really have, a whole lot. Their defense, they're 29, so their defense is worse than ours. So hopefully that will help our offense out.
But it seems like
but if we're just running up the middle, I
Yeah.
mean, another keynote here: the Rams had a bye week this last week, so they've had 2 weeks
some
to
time
prepare
to
for us.
game
So
plan. Yeah.
that's not always the best, obviously, and they're going to see
Yeah.
us, running up the middle. So I'm pretty sure they're going to stack the
Yeah.
box because we don't throw it downfield. So just
Yeah.
put everybody up there
Plus,
and watch for the handoff
exactly
up the middle.
Exactly, and watch for the screen pass, and everything that I just went through is our offense, how vanilla it is. So watch for the swing pass, watch for the screen, watch for the draw, everything up close. You don't have to worry about the Raiders going downfield on you. And if they do that, they're going to stuff the shit out of us.
Why
So-
didn't we start running some
Yeah.
slants? You know what I mean? Like
So-
we have speedsters. Again, I'm regressing. I'm sorry. I'm still mad. I know it's a whole day later
Yeah.
after the game, but I
Yes.
just think we're so much better than what we're showing.
Exactly, and we honestly believe that we could have beat some teams that we should have beat this year, but we're killing ourselves with the penalties. We can't blame it on the refs, even though we want to. I think some of the calls were terrible, but it is what it is. We can't blame on that. We did give them 23 points in scores, so we have to play more disciplined, and we have to figure out a way to win and keep the offense in the field, sustain some drives, some consistency, and take care of business. But we can beat the Rams. The two teams that are coming up after them, the Chiefs and the Bengals, man, those
Really
are
tough games.
Those are going to be really tough, and it's probably going to be some beat down. So on the Raiders, so we have to at least give us a little confidence and get this win with the Rams, so we can go into the Chiefs with some prayers. You know what I'm saying? So. That's all we got for you today. Oh, really quick.
Raider Way play of the game.
Yeah,
You guys got to fact check me on this because I came across this. I saw it. I'm giving it to our offensive lineman Glaze. You want to know why I'm giving it to him? Because he held TJ Watt to 0 quarterback pressures yesterday. And the stat that I saw, that hasn't happened to TJ Watt since 2018. So my Raider Way play of the game, I'm giving it to our offensive lineman there. I know Watt had a couple. I mean, it was all him. Punched the ball out.
Yeah.
We all saw it.
Yeah.
It wasn't, ticky-tacky call. He did his job. But our offensive lineman, he did his job there. And, 0 pressures from TJ Watt. So
awesome.
really good on that. Again, I can tell you the keys of the game, what I think we need to do to win. Offense, staying on the field. That's that. I think we're going to get the win. So my prediction, I'm going to go 17-13. I don't think... that they're, even if Kupp comes back, I don't know if he's going to be 100%. So, we'll have to keep an eye on that. But, I think we can, again, we got to pull it out. We got to get something going here. Get a, win, like you said.
We can't score over 20 points right now. So
That's why I went with 17.
Yeah. That's why I went 17. So I will say I really want the Raiders to win. I really, want to give them the force to win. So I will say, let's go. If to win, we have to score 20 points. So I'm going to say 21-14. It'll be really simple, really basic, 21-14 if we can get a win and just stay ahead of them.
We can't have any negative because as soon as that happens, I guess we're calling it the snowball. So one bad thing happens and then we're just done.
We don't need that. We can't that. I will say we did have some fight back this game compared to last games. But it just, every time we fought back, something incredible would happen to kill us again. So it just wouldn't let us come out of the. It was like quicksand. We just couldn't dig out. So that reference to the Replacements movie. That's an awesome movie, but we just couldn't dig out. We could not dig out of the quicksand, and we fell. So hopefully we can dig out this game and stay out, keep it positive, and keep on rolling, and then maybe stack some wins. Who knows? But that's all we got for you today.
Yeah,
please
like, subscribe, share,
do all that good stuff.
Comment. Let us know what
we're going to be here.
think.
Comment. Let us know what you think if we're garbage or whatever, or we're talking out our butt, which I don't think we are, but we do our best. Try to give you some entertainment and give you some news as well. So we're working on getting more content to you, but everybody's got jobs and schedules and all that stuff. But we're doing our best to get you more content as well. So please like, subscribe, share, and always. Go Raiders!